All right, Chrissy, you want to live to be 100?
Maybe. Just
Maybe?
depends on the quality of life.
Well, okay, and I'm going to tell you how you can get the best quality of life this morning. My guest is Dr. Laurie Steelsmith. She's the author of a book called Natural Choices for Women's Health, and welcome to Fox in the Morning.
Oh, thank you.
Okay, when I heard how to live to be 100, I thought, I don't know if I want to, but you said what?
I said, if you feel good, you're going to want to live to be 100.
How do we go about that? Because if people, it's not obviously your genes have a lot to do with that, right?
Sure it does.
But what is it that you can do to promote good health and live as long as possible?
Well, not only is a good diet important, and not only is exercise important, and I'll tell you, all the patients I see in their 80s and 90s who are in great health, they exercise every day. And they get out there and they move their bodies and they do things. But not only are those things important, but also good detoxification is very important. We want to make sure we take the garbage out of our bodies.
So are we just toxic little beings walking around? Is that what's going on?
Well, here's the deal. If you don't take the garbage out of your house, things get pretty uncomfortable. And it's the same thing in your body.
Okay, let's talk about then. Detoxifying your home, you say, is a very important thing.
Sure.
Why is that? What's going on in our homes, and what do we do to detoxify?
Well, a lot of the cleaning products we're using often have toxins that can impair liver function. The makeup that we use, the hairsprays that we use.
Oh, dear.
Dry cleaning. And so what we want to do is we actually want to minimize our exposure to toxins while we're also enhancing our ability to eliminate toxins from our own bodies.
Okay, so there are a few steps then. You talked about the getting rid of the makeup and the hairsprays and the cleaning fluids and that sort of thing. I mean, how do you know, though, what to use and what not to use?
Well, what I do is I go to my local health food store. I try to buy natural products. I use a lot of vinegar.
I've heard that about vinegar, yeah.
I tell you, vinegar will cut through everything. You can use it in the bathroom. You can use it on your countertops, and it doesn't leave a vinegary smell either. But there are a lot of natural products that you can use in your home to help clean it, to help clean your clothes. Try to minimize your dry cleaning or use perk-free dry cleaning as much as possible. You can use Dr. Hauschka's makeup and more natural hairsprays, so if you're using makeup at all. We also want to try to eat organic food as much as we can, because organic food has
pesticides and all that.
Exactly.
Okay. So all of those things contribute then to the toxification of a person's body.
That's right.
Okay. So let's say food. You said food is a huge thing for people. Food and exercise. Eating well, but how to detoxify yourself through foods? How do you do that?
Okay, there are certain foods that actually help mobilize the liver's ability to detoxify. So oranges actually contain a flavonoid that helps your liver's wash cycle to wash the toxins out. Lemon water, you can literally just take a lemon, put it in a quart of water, and squeeze it in there and drink that throughout the day. That will also help to detoxify. There's a compound in the peel called D-limonene that helps with what we call the second wash cycle in the liver. There are foods like dill that help with your liver's ability to detoxify. Cruciferous vegetables, your Brussels sprouts, your broccoli, your cauliflower, also enhance liver detoxification.
And so do you just incorporate them into your regular meals, or are there certain amounts that you have to eat of these things?
First of all, you can incorporate these into your diet on a long-term basis, or you can also do a liver cleanse, which I outline in the book, and it's a step-by-step process you can do over a 2-week period to really help your liver to detoxify.
Wow, so there are definitely foods. I mean, that's the whole point of food and nature, is to sort of keep your body in balance and in check. But I think we've gotten away from that with, our fast-paced lives and, fast food and all that sort of thing. Is that probably what's happening?
Well, I think that's a big part of it.
But really, but you have to really know what to do, and that's why the book is so important, because it outlines, it will handhold you, right? Take you step by step.
No, it'll definitely handhold you and explains why each step is so important as well. Okay,
so we've talked about food, and of course, if you'd like more information on the food, you can pick up the book, and we'll hook you up with that at fox6.com. You can also, when you talk about exercise, is there a certain amount of exercise? You hear different things. I've heard it all. 4 times a week, 6 times a week, 30 minutes, 20 minutes. How do you know?
Well, I would say that all the patients I have in their 80s or above, they exercise every day. And they don't run marathons. They're not triathletes. They simply move their bodies every day. So 30 minutes every day, do something, whether it's an elliptical trainer, whether you're hauling things, using your body to work in a garden, whether it's on a bicycle or jogging. And but another aspect of the exercise that's so important is that it actually helps you to sweat, and you can literally sweat toxins out of your body.
Oh, that's good to know.
Yes.
Okay, so when you talk about, you're talking about movement, basically, not sitting on the couch. As long as you're doing something, you think that's obviously better than not doing anything, but is that enough? If, for instance, you love gardening or you love golfing, things that aren't necessarily aerobic, but get you off the couch, is that good enough?
I would say that's good enough to a certain point, but we really want to exercise our heart. We have to think of our heart as a muscle.
Okay.
That we need to strengthen, so we do need to do our aerobic exercise. We do want to do some weightlifting because it strengthens. But if you're lifting heavy pots in the garden, you're doing some weightlifting right there.
Okay, and also, is there a certain age where you need more or less? I mean, depending on your health and your age, do you sort of increase or decrease this exercising?
Well, I'll tell you what, women in their 40s who tell me they walk for their exercise, I tell them, reserve that for when you're 70. We really need to be doing exercise that engages our heart, that engages what we call the lung qi in Chinese medicine, that makes you sweat, that makes you move your lymph system, which is very important for detoxification as well.
Okay. So I mean, definite aerobic exercise.
You want to sweat and you want to breathe hard.
Okay, yeah, none of that. Okay, because you hear it all the time that walking is great and all that sort of thing, but if you're walking and not breaking a sweat and not really working your heart, it's not giving you the full benefit.
I don't think it's enough.
Okay.
If you want to live to be 100 and feel great, I don't think it's enough.
All right. So diet and exercise, very important, detoxifying your body. You can pick up her book. It's Natural Choices for Women's Health, and it's Dr. Laurie Steelsmith. Thank you so much for coming in this morning.
Oh, thank you.
Appreciate it.